Waco to Hawaii.
Sure.
I would love Hawaii that way, but it is a good travel. The kids love it. The players and the team haven't traveled enough to be jaded by it yet, so they can't wait to take the trip. And obviously we want to end the fall on a great note, so it'd be nice to go over there and play well.
I would think there's a lot of really nice courses in Hawaii. Would that be the case?
That is the case, and you're always going to have good weather. So we'll, in the fall on a good course, we haven't seen it yet, but we know it's supposed to be very good, and then also just in great weather and finish the fall on a high note.
Good. Looks like you'll play November 5th and 6th, next Wednesday and Thursday. So do you get a practice round or two before?
Yeah, I think we'll arrive, have a day to kind of do some practicing, but no real play a practice round or two, I think, and then play the tournament and then come back.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Very nice. Do you have, now Ben Higgins is here, do you have a lot of volunteers to go along with you on a trip like this?
Ben would love to go on that trip, but I've told Ben his game is more suited to Waco golf.
Oh, okay.
Ben's really good at Waco golf.
Yeah.
Maybe not on the road. I will say this, he's maybe the straightest driver I think I've ever seen.
Is that right?
He is. He's a left-handed golfer, one of the best left-handers in his age division every year in the state of Texas. One of the straightest hitters I've seen.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very good. In Waco.
In Waco.
No, Ben, we love you. We appreciate you. So the trip, do your guys get excited about this? Hawaii?
Yeah, I don't know how you could keep them from
Tulsa or Hawaii? Which one?
Well, Tulsa for me because it's Southern Hills. Hawaii for them because it's a trip. Two of the kids have never been to Hawaii, so in fact, a couple of years ago, my assistant coach was 35 and had never been to Hawaii. So I've been enough times.
Yeah, I bet you have.
But it's definitely a thrill for the kids to get to go.
Good. And Southern Hills, I think I'm right in saying that's one of your all-time favorites,
It
right?
is.
Courses.
Any course that's hosted 8 professional major championships, 3 U.S. amateurs, women's U.S. amateur, women's U.S. Open, women's U.S. I mean, just countless championship golf tournaments through the years, and is just as relevant today as it was 60 or 70 years ago. They've added maybe almost 200 yards of distance to it, and on a golf course you would think would be landlocked, but they've been very creative with tee boxes and some of the most challenging green complexes in the world. So it's all you want every single day.
Wow, really cool. Okay, so after Hawaii, which is next week, is that the end of competition for the fall?
That is the end of competition. We will go into off-season where we get 8 hours a week with them. We'll probably do 4 hours of workout and 4 hours of skill instruction, but we only get 8 hours a week. The kids hopefully get ready for finals and come back. You know, it's really a time, if a kid wasn't in the lineup or wasn't making a significant impact in the lineup, he's going to have 2.5 months right there before we travel to Bentwater down in Houston for our first tournament in February. I mean, to me, I always tell kids, if you haven't been happy with your performance and you haven't been playing, now you've got 2.5 months to make a difference and maybe leapfrog some players that might be a little less intense over the fall Christmas break.
Gotcha. And during that time, you said it's 8 hours a week. That's coach with players. They can do more than that.
Oh, they
on
can
their
do
own,
more.
right?
And if they
I'm
don't,
sure they do.
They do. If they don't do more than that, they're probably going to fall behind. But those are the 8 hours in the in-season. We get 20 hours a week, but we get only 8 in the off-season.
I got you. Very good.
Yeah.
How are things at the Billy? Everything good there?
Oh, yeah. In fact, you haven't been over there in a while. We've done a lot of work on the inside of it, and we also done some work on the outside. We just overseeded about 10 days ago, so once that ryegrass kind of kicks in by November 15th, the place should be immaculate all the way through the end of May.
So nice.
Yeah,
I need to come
it's great.
by.
You got to do it.
By and see it. All right, very good. Mike McGraw is with us, Baylor men's golf coach, leading off our Baylor Coaches Show tonight. Hear from Rudy's questions from the audience. If you would like to fill one of those out on a card and get it to us, we'll get those in front of Coach McGraw. We'll take a break, and when we come back, talk Oklahoma Golf Hall of Fame. Coming up very shortly. We'll talk about that when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC. proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back to the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We're glad to be back at Rudy's again every week here in the fall. We'll do it again in the spring. Thanks to our host at Rudy's, a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. I would say a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Welcomed Scott over here, our manager who is here on duty tonight. Scott, we appreciate you greatly and appreciate the partnership between Baylor and Baylor Athletics and Rudy's. Continuing with Coach Mike McGraw, Baylor men's golf coach. Is it next week for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, the Oklahoma Golf Hall of Fame, November 9th.
It's after you get back from Hawaii.
It is after
You'll come back with a nice tan, and then you're going to go the Oklahoma Golf Hall of Fame, in which you will be inducted. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Tremendous honor.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
And you've told us, we've talked about it before, but you've talked about how meaningful it is given your history.
Well, I spent 53 years in Oklahoma. I got to Texas as early as I could. It took me 54 years to get it. But, you know, the class is what makes it so special for me. Duffy Martin, who was a longtime club professional in Oklahoma, built several golf courses, was my dad's best friend in the club business. Willie Wood, who played the PGA Tour and then Champions Tour and won on both tours, was a peer of mine and a much better player than I was, but a good friend of mine too. And then also Laban Harris Jr., who won the U.S. Amateur, won on the PGA Tour. He was a hero of mine as a boy. So I'm going in with a class of people that I really, really respect and like and have been friends with.
Ah, so great. That's great. Is this, where is this, Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club on November 9th.
All right, very good. Black tie event?
It is a black tie
Woo,
event. Yeah,
look at you.
Yeah,
That is
that's going to
great.
be rough. I didn't know tuxedos were so expensive.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, my goodness.
Well, that is so great. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're very happy for you. We think it's very deserving. So
Well,
what
thank
took
you.
them so long?
I don't know what took them so long. But actually, I was very honored and excited, and I never expected the honor. So,
Yeah. That's
happy
the
with
best kind, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Good. Well, congratulations again. November 9th is the date in Oklahoma City. Give us a Johnny Kiefer update.
Wow, Johnny Kiefer has done something no golfer's ever done. He, on 2 developmental tours, that's the PGA Tour Americas, he was Player of the Year in 24, and in 25 he was the Player of the Year on the Korn Ferry Tour, and so he's earned his PGA Tour card. But the thing that he's really done that's been impressive is without playing a PGA Tour schedule, he's ranked 50th in the world. If he can maintain that ranking for the next month, he'll be exempt into all 4 majors next year and every invitational event or every signature event on the PGA Tour. And people like Tiger Woods and Justin Leonard and some other players have done it by playing PGA Tour events. He's only played in 3 PGA Tour events and made the cut in 2 of them, and but he has done this on a developmental tour. It's unprecedented what he's done, and he was a great player for us, but he wasn't this good. So he was a 3-time All-American, the only one Baylor's ever had, and just a prince of a guy. You'd love him if you got to know him, and just the fact that he's had so much success early in professional golf tells me he was destined for this. I mean, he's just a wonderful player and a great guy.
Wow, that is so cool. So he still has some tournaments here in the fall?
Yes, I mean, he's actually playing this week in Cabo on the PGA Tour,
Okay.
and so he's got a few more tournaments to play. The Korn Ferry's over for him as far as that. He's a PGA Tour member now, and I say don't wait, just be the player of the year on this tour as well.
Yeah, just go ahead and do that. The trifecta.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess if anybody could do it, he's the guy that could.
I hope so.
Wow.
I sure do.
All right, how about Cooper Dossie?
Cooper's played great. He had a rough start to the Korn Ferry season this year and made a great push at the end and kept his tour card for next year. He's going to the finals of tour school. If he plays well enough there, he could actually get his PGA Tour card. But he's got to play really well there, and that's in December. But he's got a place to play again next year. He's a full member of the tour. And we have another player, Luke Morgan, who played for us, graduated when Johnny did in 24. And Luke's kind of a meat and potatoes kid. Nobody ever expected him to do this, but he got through the pre-qualifying for the Korn Ferry School, got through the first stage. He finished third, played beautifully. He played the PGA Tour Americas this year as well. Did not play that well, but so he's at the second stage of PGA Tour Korn Ferry Tour School. If he gets through there, he'll be at the finals and he'll have status next year on the Korn Ferry, which would be fantastic. And Luke's a great story because nobody expected him to do that. He was a high school shooting guard, 14 points on a Class 5A team in Oklahoma, averaged 14 points a game. But he's a really talented kid who believes in himself. And he was actually at Southern Hills in our practice round and all day long on the 36-hole day this week.
Nice, very good.
Great
the nice weather day.
He was there on the nice weather, fair weather fan.
Did he have to get to a point where he had to choose between basketball and golf?
No, he played all the way through his senior year in basketball, so he never really did make that choice. But he just won everything in Oklahoma, and to this day, I'm not sure how we got him with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. He went to Oklahoma State's golf camp, and they didn't get him. But he's showing that he did have a lot of talent, and he's a Baylor Bear forever. He's got his degree from Baylor, and I pray for that kid to make it because it'd be a really cool story if he does. But he's doing a lot of things nobody thought he could do.
Yeah, wow, that's terrific. Good coaching.
Well, I don't know about that. Good recruiting.
Any other guys you got?
Ryan Greider won on the PGA Tour Americas this year. He'll have status on that tour again next year. He's going, I think he's in the second stage of tour school as well for Korn Ferry. So he either does really well in that or he goes and plays PGA Tour Americas again. Brandon Hoff is playing the PGA Tour Americas. Just missed out at tour school along with Trey Bosco and Braden Bailey, all very close. So we have about 7 or 8 players still chasing the dream, if you will. And just so happens Johnny and Cooper are doing it at a very high level. And, I would expect Johnny to do well on the tour. I've always told him good golf travels. So just because you're going to a different level of golf, good golf does well there at that level as well.
Wow.
So.
I know some sports here at Baylor, I think of men's basketball first, but their former players come back all the time, and during the summer they work out with the guys. It's Vets Week. Do your guys come back? Are they around some?
Yeah, Johnny came back for our team retreat in late August. Luke was there this week. Brandon lives in Austin and Tulsa both, or Oklahoma City both, so he drives through Waco often. And anytime they're in town, they will practice out at the Billy or play golf at Ridgewood with the guys. So, yeah, they do a good job of that. I think it's the golf team being a very small unit, you get to know each other very, very well, and you get to, just take that pride. And you want the team to do well, and you want the former players to come back and show the way to the younger players for sure.
That's good. You probably don't mind that, do you?
I do not mind that at all.
Very nice. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, questions from the audience here at Rudy's for Coach Mike McGraw, Baylor men's golf coach. We'll do that when we come back. We are live at Rudy's. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank, and we'll be right back after this.
Aloha Baylor Bears. Baylor Volleyball takes on the Utah Utes Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m., and we need you to be there. Come dressed in your finest Hawaiian outfits and stick around after the match for autographs with the team. Visit BaylorBears.com to purchase your tickets today. That's Sunday, November 9th at 3 p.m. Sick 'em Bears.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Central National Bank. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. I don't think that's possible for me. I got this something with my shoulder. That's for a topic for another day.
I do
but that's the place to go. Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. With Coach Mike McGraw, Baylor men's golf coach, we got some good questions from the audience. Really good questions.
Okay.
You ready for these?
Love them.
Ben Hagens, referenced earlier. What do we say? Best golfer at this table now in Waco.
Best left-handed golfer
left-handed
in his age group that I've ever met.
Hits the ball the straightest. Very good. That's good. Ben asked, I just heard that St. Andrews has lengthened by 300 yards. Please comment on the added yardage.
I just think it's, very, very normal nowadays for them to add. We just, at Southern Hills, they've added about 185 to maybe 200 yards to that golf course. And so for courses to remain relevant as far as these young kids are hitting the ball, you almost have to add some length. Wow. And even move bunkers, too. Bunkers used to be, if you had it at 250, it was fine. They moved it to 270. 280 is nothing to carry a bunker anymore. So you've got to have them out there almost 300 yards to make a difference.
That is wild.
Yep.
So at a course like Southern Hills or St. Andrews, maybe how do you lengthen that? I mean,
well, if it's landlocked already, you find other places on the property to creatively put a tee box. You might be landlocked and not able to do it. At Southern Hills, they moved the tee backs on number 3, probably back 60 yards. The tee box on 13, probably back 100 yards. But you kind of have to almost play over other greens to make it happen.
Wow.
But it's still a masterpiece. Both courses are in architecture. So you want to maintain and protect the integrity of the original design, but get enough distance so that the modern day player doesn't run over it.
Is this the modern-day player? They're just stronger? Is it equipment?
Well, you've got athletes that play now that didn't used to play.
Yeah.
You've got guys training for speed and explosiveness that didn't do it, and the equipment as well is better than, I played with a persimmon-headed driver and a balata ball. I mean, it's like there's a pillow on your club face and just poof, it didn't go anywhere.
Right.
And they absolutely have. They're better athletes, training differently, and they have better equipment.
How about that?
Yep.
Tell the stat you were telling me about, say, Jack Nicklaus, who was a long hitter.
Well, Jack Nicklaus was 30 or 40 past everybody of his time, and he was in this fairway too. But I have 3 players currently on the team that hit the ball further than Jack Nicklaus did in 1975, and he was the longest player by a long shot in his generation. I have one freshman or not a freshman, a sophomore. I'll tell you about in a second because I noticed another question. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on to that. Ben, good question. Thank you very much. Roy asked, with the milder summer and the rain, how are courses this fall compared to past years?
Wow, that's a good question. The like Ridgewood Country Club here in Waco is the best it's ever been. Ridgewood is an absolutely incredible condition, and the superintendent loved the summer, the May and June, and then certainly August. The dog days of August never appeared. Normally you have 20 or 30 days over 100 degrees and drought, and it was never that. So the golf courses are in better shape now. Superintendents are thrilled with the weather we've had this year in Texas.
Yeah, I bet that's right. We had in Waco, officially 4 days over 100.
That's very rare.
Very. All right, good. Roy, thank you very much. Bob Barrett, back from his international travels, asked who on the team has the best long-term potential and who is the best putter?
Okay. The best putter is Davis Ovard. He's a junior from Frisco, Texas. It's just an unbelievable putting stroke. Puts you to sleep. It's so smooth and syrupy. It's wonderful, and he makes a lot of putts. Probably the best, if you talk about prototypical modern-day golfer, would be Vince Sternfeld. He's a sophomore from Sweden. My first international student at Baylor in 11 or 12 years. I've been recruiting mostly Texas. He's got a 190 ball speed, which means that goes a lot further than Jack Nicklaus hit the ball.
Wow.
He can overpower golf courses, literally overpower golf courses. He has a few things in short game and a few things he needed to shore up and improve. But if you just look at a prototypical future PGA Tour player, it's Vincent Sternfeld. He's got that game. And Jonas Appel, who's actually been our #1 player, probably hits the ball 40 yards further than he did as a freshman. He's gotten here, strengthened his body, got rid of some baby fat, and he hits the ball a long way. And so he would be also in that category.
Wow, very good. Good question, Bob. Bob has another one. When you start recruiting a player, how long does it take for the subject of NIL to come up?
In golf, it doesn't happen for us. It's happened a couple of times, but not really. If a kid wants to talk about NIL money and the scholarship's not enough for him, and we've graduated every player in 11 years, not one player that has played 4 years for us has failed to graduate. 6 guys have gotten their master's degree while at Baylor playing on the team. So I care about education still. It needs to be the forefront, and the scholarship you're getting to pay for your education is #1. If a kid said, well, Arkansas is going to pay me this or Oklahoma is going to pay me this, I'll say, well, you're just going to be a great Sooner. You're going to be a great Razorback because I'm not going to pay you to come in before you actually do something for Baylor. It's not going to happen.
Wow. All right. Very good. And let's don't let that slide by. Every player that you've had who's been here for 4 years, in 11 years, has graduated.
Everyone.
That's terrific.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Thank you.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
part
we
of the
are
reason we're
educators,
here.
if nothing
exactly.
else. Yeah.
That is really good. All right. Headed to Hawaii for the, is it Kapolei Invitational. What other teams will be over there?
There'll be actually, I haven't looked at the field. It's changed so much.
Okay.
When the course changed, some of the teams dropped out, and they got others in. So I'm not really sure about the field, but it is what you'd call a mid-range field.
Okay.
A lot of mid-majors. There's a couple of Power 4 conference teams that may be there, but so it'll be our least highly ranked tournament of the fall, but that puts pressure on you. You're supposed to do well when you play a field like that, and we haven't played well up to this point, so I've got to believe that this is where we're going to turn it around.
This is
now.
the one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Brent Ingram's here. Is Brent going with you
Brent's
on that
not
trip?
going with us. He hasn't
here.
got enough street cred yet. He's not been here long enough.
We'll take
him to Hawaii eventually.
All right, very good. Well, enjoy the trip, safe travels, continued success, and congratulations again on your upcoming induction into the Oklahoma Golf Hall of Fame. Tremendous honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you.
Thank you, John.
Mike McGraw, Baylor men's golf coach. Glad to have him with us here as we begin our Baylor Coaches Show tonight. Bottom of the hour, we'll switch gears. Dave Aranda joins us. We'll talk Baylor football when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day. they dominated. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, Bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
Join us November 13th at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco for our next Lunch with a Legend, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach. Our special guest will be former Baylor basketball standout and entrepreneur Jim Turner. It's Thursday, November 13th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and tickets are available now by calling 254-710-8300. Join us as we hear from Jim Turner, November 13th, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
By Central National Bank, we are live at Rudy's, and folks, join me in welcoming Baylor head football coach Dave Aranda. Coach, welcome to you. Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here.
We appreciate it. Thanks. Nice to be home this week. Homecoming game against UCF coming up on Saturday.
Way excited for that. Anytime our guys can play in front of their friends and family and just their fans, there's just an energy that comes with that. They're excited.
And it is homecoming for Baylor, which, as you know, you've been here a few years. You know it's a big deal here.
It is. Excited for that. There's an event we get to go to on Friday night, which is way cool. Our players look forward to that. And just, again, the juice that comes from just the build-up and then the game and having the fans there behind us is something we're looking forward to.
Nice. You know, we've seen homecoming on the road the last 2 weeks. Yeah. TCU was and Cincinnati was last week.
Yeah, it's a big difference being at home when you've got your people behind you, and after a big play, you know, the crowd gets loud, and on the third down, you've got them assisting you, and so it's a big difference. Yeah. We're looking forward to being in that difference and using that difference to help us win.
Yeah, we see it because we're there at road venues. A lot of fans here don't get to see that, but it is a big deal. I mean, it's a big advantage when you've got that home crowd behind you.
Yeah, even in like the warm-ups, if you're in a warm-up deal and that you can just feel kind of the energy of the stadium, it becomes a whole different thing. And you go back in the locker room before you come out for the kick, and then it transfers over in your locker room. And by the time you take off, it's a big time game, and there's big time emotion, and you're ready for it. So we're looking forward to that.
Good. 11 a.m. start again this week. I know kind of squeezes the parade and things early in the day, but you've always been a fan of the early starts.
Yeah. There's been some early starts where we've won, and so I'm a big fan of those. And so we're going to be gunning for one of those. But I think anytime you could kind of wake up and just get right to football. With just there's distractions, there's other things going on, but you wake up and you got football on your mind, you go right to it. I think that's always a positive.
Yeah, very good. Some of your guys we got to interview this week, I think it was Matthew Kloffenstein, said the same thing.
Yeah.
Get up, you don't have to wait around all day, you know, just get up, get ready, and go play.
Yeah.
Which is a plus.
Yeah, I think the other part is, too, is like, you know, we're early morning team, and so we're always up. Our team meetings at 7 a.m., and a lot of guys are in the building by 5. And so when you can just wake up and play football throughout the week and then do it on Saturday, it's a positive.
Should that, or do you see that gives you an advantage over other teams that maybe don't have morning practices?
I think it does, yeah. And I think when you have a night game, it's the opposite. You almost really have to practice. You have to practice later throughout that week, which is hard with class schedules and things. But it's you know, when you get to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, you've been up. You know, coaches are up at 4 a.m. to get to the 7 o'clock thing and have that prepared, and so it's just a longer day.
Yeah. What about UCF coming in? They're coming off an open date.
They're a talented team. Their skill level is what separates them, I think, what makes them unique. They've got really good returners on special teams. on offense, they've got a running back and a receiver catch a ball, make a guy miss, and go 70 yards. I think their defensive line is particularly good. I think that's probably the best thing about their overall team is just they can have those 4 guys and just have them go. The defensive ends can kind of create havoc, and the interior guys are big push guys, and it's a good team, and they're confident, and they're coming off a bye. And so it'll be a good challenge for us.
Is there an MO of a Scott Frost coach team, or what would you say the MO of this team is?
A lot of triple option type reads, and so there's going to be a dive, there's going to be a quarterback give, and then there'll be a pass that'll be off of it. And so that, and then going for it on 4th down, there's a fair amount of that sequencing and getting in position to go for it on 4th down, especially when they cross the 50.
Yeah. I was doing a feature for a pregame show earlier today, one of the great games in Baylor history, and it was the Baylor-UCF game 2 years ago down there. Gosh, what a great comeback that was.
I know. Yeah, we have to stop doing that. It's always good to get those wins.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was a crazy game.
What do you remember about that? Y'all were down 35-7 on the road late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. There's just belief with everybody, and, it's one of those things to where no one really was looking up at the scoreboard. You could feel it because everyone's focused on what's happening on the field, and you get a takeaway, and then it lights it on fire, and then it burns bright after that. And, there's guys that we got on our team that remember that and have talked about that, and so I think anytime that you're in games like that, you never quit on yourself. You always bring the energy. You always bring the positivity because all it takes is one.
Yeah.
And the thing can turn.
Caden Jenkins is one of those guys. He had an interception, and then he had the scoop and score for a touchdown.
Big, huge deal. Yeah. It's, momentum is such a crazy thing in football for sure. It's just a momentum game. And so any way that you can flip it, whether it just be through just human dynamics or it's some type of schematic thing, or it's an adjustment, or it's being aggressive with a call. If you can gain momentum and get momentum, especially in a home environment, it's a major weapon.
Yeah. What I remember, one of the things was their fans thought they had it in the bag, and they were leaving at halftime.
Yeah.
I think it was 28-7 at halftime, and then they built it to 35-7, and that place emptied out like they had. They had it in the bag, and they had other things to do.
Yeah, crazy game.
Yeah.
I think we had the Big 12 commissioner there, too. And
really?
He had similar plans with that, too.
Okay, him also.
Yeah.
But then, if y'all don't remember the game, won it 36-35, scored the last 29 points of the game unanswered in 19 minutes. I mean, that's a lot of points in a short amount of time.
Yeah. There were struggles early on for sure. And then, once you get momentum and you're playing off each other, it's like, man, I'm going to get the ball back to you because I know you're going to score. And, hey, get the ball back to me because I'm going to take it right on down and put points on the board. It's just when it's that type of feeling, man, it's way special.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Your team this year has shown some of those tendencies even when you fall behind. I mean, when you light that fire, they really get going.
Yeah, we've got to come out on fire. I think that's something that we're really working hard towards. We've changed our practice again. We've done it a couple times now to try to be able to find the right way to get it. And I thought we've had really good meetings, really good practices. Put a lot of our team sessions right at the beginning of practice. So we usually have a tempo period, O versus D, where the offense will go their tempo versus the defense for 6-play racks. But then after that, we normally break special teams, individual, kind of a unit teach, and we build up to the team periods. We put the team periods right at the beginning of practice after the tempo. And so we got to go right now. Those are probably the most valuable, the team periods are the most valuable parts of practice, so right at the beginning. And it's been good. It's forced guys that we have to start fast when it's that way because this is the critical work of the whole day. And so it's been good.
You said earlier in the week in your press conference this is the third or fourth time you've changed that practice schedule.
Yeah, we're trying to find ways. And I think there's been things that have been positive and have helped us, but we're going to keep going until we can get it.
All right, very good. Baylor and UCF, 11 a.m. kickoff at McLean Stadium on Saturday. Take a break. Back with more with Coach Dave Aranda in a moment. Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank, and we'll be back live from Rudy's right after this.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Presented by Central National Bank. Continuing with Coach Dave Aranda. And, Coach, we've got a lot of questions from the audience. Let's get to those. Want to make sure we have time to get to all of them, plus a handout here. So we'll conclude with that. First question is it Geraldine Morrison? Where's Geraldine? Right there? Yes, okay. Geraldine asked, the onside kick at TCU was remarkable, perfectly executed. How often does the team practice those?
That's a great question. We practice that early in the week, in the middle of the week, and then at the very end. And so at least 3 times. There's times where throughout the run of practice, we'll have guys go to the stadium and work at their individual kicks there. So it probably adds up to more. But in a team setting, 3 times. And so that was a critical deal. You know, Micah Gifford was one of the players that was on that side, and his job was to run right at the TCU receiver, and great player on the other side, really reliable hands and all of it, and the kick placement was outstanding, and Micah running full speed at the guy, the TCU player kind of got some second thoughts into him and gave us the chance to get that play. So it's just a way cool 2 guys working together to be able to make that.
That was huge.
Yeah.
In a great situation, really gave you a chance there in the last seconds to win that game.
Yeah, crazy.
Very cool. Good question. Thank you. Mark Berry is right here. Mark asked, tell us about your decision process when you go for it on 4th down.
Good question. I think there's a lot of data that points to how difficult it is to stop an opposing offense for 1 yard or 2 yards. And then, you know, so I think it kind of starts there. It's almost it's past the 60s now, almost reaching the 70s, how the conversion rate of offenses making these. Then you have to add, hey, if you're behind, how much time's left, right? And then the possessions are at a premium. And so, 7 points is greater than 3 points. So that comes in too. You know, I think the thing that for us right now is that we've got to convert on some of these 4th downs. You know, I think that when you're not converting them and then defense goes on the field and allows a field goal or allows a touchdown, that's not the idea. That's not what you want. And that's been happening here too much lately. And I think previous to this particular time right now, that really hasn't been the case. You know, I think the other thing I would add too is that when you're going for it on 4th down, you're showing your whole team knows, man, we're going for it. We're aggressive. We're going to get this, man. This is like, you know, and I think it allows. I guess the other thing I would add is it allows Jake to call a game to where he ain't playing for 3, he's playing for 4 downs, and so, first down's a run, second down's maybe a run, maybe a pass, third down's a pass. So now it can be first down a run, second down run, third down, depending on the down distance, is another run, and then get to a fourth down pass, right? And so it allows a little bit more creativity. You can catch people that are in coverage or shells where the number count allows you to run the ball, and then sometimes it just takes one run to get it going. And then you've got your running game going. And it all started because they're playing pass and you're playing run. There's a couple components in there, but bottom line is we got to convert them. And if we're not converting them, the defense, you got to stop them. If both those things aren't happening, then it's not really a good strategy.
Yeah, very good. Similar thought process. Is score the main factor when you go for two after a touchdown?
Yeah, so if you're, there becomes a point to where, and this happened to us here recently, where it's like, hey, because of the score where it's at, we know we're going to have to go for two. And so where I was brought up is going, hey, man, let's get the touchdown, let's get the extra point, and let's, hey, if we get the ball again, we'll score, and then we know we got to go for two. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you go for it earlier, if you get it, great. Now the second touchdown can be you can kick the extra point and you win, or if you don't get it, now hey, this second it kind of sets your strategy, right? And so it aligns you to kind of know, hey man, we're gonna have to score twice. This second score, right? We know we have to either kick the extra point or we got to go for two. Going for two earlier kind of takes the pressure off of just the kicker in that moment, and it kind of puts it more on the coaches, which can be good because it allows guys to play a little bit freer at the end of it.
Yeah, very good. Kansas State game was the difference, really. So great questions, Mark. Thank you for that. Roy asked, we see a lot of college athletes that have parents that were coaches or professionals. Will we see any Aranda kids competing in college sports?
My boy's playing high school football. He loves it. He's got a game coming up this Friday. It's just way cool to see him just to love it. I think for me is always, man, I just don't want it to be because of this, or don't feel like you have to because of this, and just the last name and all that. But he loves it, man, and so he's sacrificing and studying and doing all the things, and he loves getting hit and hitting people and all that. So it's just he's a total boy in that way, and just I'm way proud of him. And so wherever it is, I played Division III ball, which it took me a couple of years for the student loans to get paid off. So if it's like that, that'll be cool. If it's anything more than that, that'll be cool. I think as long as he's happy and doing the stuff he loves, it'll be awesome.
Very cool. Yeah. That's great. All right, Bob Barrett asked what, with an 11 a.m. kickoff, we talked about, describe the timing of what all happens before kickoff. What's that pregame schedule like? Yeah,
so at the hotel, we stay at the Hilton there downtown, and so we'll wake up, and the first thing for coaches will be a staff meeting, and we'll talk about, hey, man, these are the things that we want to get done here in the lead up to it. Some of the most important time of a game is just the lead up to the game, whether it's like your mental space, your preparation. Guys go loud, guys go quiet, guys go earphones, music, guys go talk to everybody. So to know your guys and get them kind of on that path so that when the game goes, they're their best version is way important. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about, hey, sideline adjust and all these other things, communication, talk about recruits when we're at home and making them a priority. And then right after that, then the players come, and we got music blaring. I feel bad for the people that stay in the Hilton because the music's blaring, and they hear it all the way up. And we're getting guys juiced up and excited to get going. In the early morning kicks, we take a walk around the Hilton to get outside and have the air kind of hit us and stuff, and so we'll have the music kind of parading us around. Then we come on back, have special teams call out where, hey, kickoffs on the field, and we have 11 guys huddle up, and hey, Devin Bobby's down or whoever, and then their guys got to come in and replace them. Then we have our meetings after that, and then we'll have our team meal. We'll have a prayer, team meal, and then they get dressed, and then we're off. And so it starts pretty early, though, when it's an 11 a.m. kick. But you try to build it up and lead it up, give guys enough room to be themselves. because it's really, when we're playing well, it's an expression. And so we've got such cool individual dudes. You'd love to see that individuality come out in a team sport.
Perfect. Very good. All right, Damon Crump. Damon's right back there. He asked, curious if we are able to run a quarterback sneak play. Seems like some schools do it, some don't. What goes into deciding if we run it?
We do, yeah. I think you have to. You just have to work it, And I think if you're mainly a gun team, you got to have enough of a package where you're under the center to do it. There's a few teams. The way they're getting around it now, and we have the ability to do this too, is like, say we're in the gun, and the quarterbacks, Sawyer's looking to the sideline, going, "What's the signal? I don't understand it." Hey, up here, and then he gets under the center quick, and then they snap it, and he goes right. And so to do that without giving away the line splits is the thing, because normally with sneaks, you get really tight alignments. You're almost kind of foot to foot. And so to do the kind of the sneak type thing, you have to kind of trim that a little bit. You can't give that away, otherwise the sneak thing isn't going to fly. But we have that ability to do that. And we also have just, hey, we're under center, and we have this toss play, we have this sneak play, we have this other pass that's off of it.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Damon. Final question, again from Bob Barrett. Is there anything special that the coaching staff can do and is doing to help the team away from the outside noise?
No, yeah. I think you have to acknowledge to try to keep the outside from getting on the inside. And I think that's, you have to give them tools to probably manage it. Right, and so it's difficult to say that they're not going to, because their most valuable possession is probably their phone, and the phone's just screaming at them. And so I think to have ways to, for us to have good practices and good meetings and everything, the focus has to be on winning today. It has to be on bringing energy today. It has to be on choosing intensity today and choosing determination today. It can't be, hey, I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm kind of feeling this certain type of way, and then I just kind of drag that into, our practice. And so it's a fight. You have to fight it, And I think sometimes it's like a fog, so you got to get clear skies and get that out where they can see clearly, and it's right in front. A win is just a step away, And so that's very much been our message.
Cool. Very good. There is one more question. We'll save that till after a break. It comes with a little show and tell factor, so we'll have that when we come back with Coach Dave Aranda on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
The spotlight's back.
I'll be right back.
And the stage is set at Foster Pavilion. Baylor women's basketball returns with head coach Nikki Collin and a team that knows how to bring the heat. From tip-off to the final buzzer, there's no place louder, rowdier, or more electric than the Foster. Don't just hear about the big wins, witness them. Lock in your seats and fill Foster with green and gold. Purchase your season tickets now at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
A bank in any town, USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different, Bank Central. Central National Bank, member FDIC, proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength. You need power. You need agility. You need a team that shows up ready to win. And Toyota Trucks, yeah, they bring the full roster. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for it all. With available bed-mounted power outlets, massive towing capability, and a cabin fit for your crew, Toyota Tundra and Tacoma don't just show up to game day, they dominate it. Kick off the season with big savings during the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event. But hurry, these deals won't last forever.
Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Wear green, haul gold in a new Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
So one final question tonight, and I said it comes with show and tell. Those of you here in the audience, you can see this. Those of you watching, it is a Baylor-Arkansas game program, October 14th, 1967. Pretty good. It was a time when young Ben Higgins was in school, and Ben's question is total players on the teams during this time was 65. Now it's 100 plus. What are your thoughts about that?
You have to make the effort to know your team and to stay connected. You know, the last bye week we had some injured players, a fair amount. They're on crutches and just they're in casts and all this. And we took them out to dinner to a restaurant, and they were all waiting for me at the front. And there was a lady that was sitting there, and she goes, "Did you guys get into a fight? Are you guys in a car wreck? What happened to you guys?" And then the truth is kind of, you know, kind of. And so we're all 8, and it was just a way to kind of check up on them and kind of, you know, when you're injured is the hardest time because you're a part of a team and then you're injured and you get to know the medical people maybe sometimes more than some of the football, you know, team or players. And so you have to do stuff like that. There's various other things that you have to do to be able to connect because everyone's life's so intermixed and intertangled in the drama and the good and the bad and all those things. And so if it's not intentional, I think it's too many people to stay up with. Yeah.
Very cool. Very good. Thank you, Ben, for bringing this. We'll get it back to you. And, Coach, thanks for your time. Looking forward to Saturday. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Coach Dave Aranda, Baylor and UCF, Saturday morning at 11. Back to wrap things up right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has
All right, should have about 30 seconds, John.
with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back with 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app. Banking
Will do.
never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Hey Baylor fans, game day experiences for the 2025 football season are on sale now. Fans can purchase exclusive experiences.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. I'll give you exact, though, when we get.
Sideline access during warm-ups, tunnel access during the team runout, an in-game radio booth experience with the voice of the Bears, a birthday bash, and much more. There is limited availability per game, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences to lock in your one-of-a-kind game
Exactly 30 seconds.
day.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the stores. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show tonight from Rudy's. Thanks to Coach Mike McGraw, Coach Dave Aranda with us. Baylor volleyball is in action tonight at Iowa State. Soccer on the road at Oklahoma State tomorrow. Big homecoming weekend on the Baylor campus. A lot of activities, including the pep rally and bonfire comes up on Friday night. The parade hits
10
campus
seconds.
at 7:30 on Saturday morning. Then Baylor and UCF at 11 at McLean Stadium. Looking forward to it. Thanks for being with us. And for now, good night.